All right, next up we're going to talk a little bit about the TV. There are two of them. This is the main one, the bigger one, and we'll cover the smaller one in just a moment. But with the TV, very straightforward. Obviously, it stays when you're going down the road in this kind of position here where it is actually locked in. It's not going to move. There's a little bit of wiggle to it, which is totally fine, but it is not going to come flying out of its position because it is locked in. So that's generally where you want to keep it as you're moving, driving, and next we'll kind of get into how to move it into a position that you'd like to if you want to rearrange it. So kind of tucked underneath there, you're going to be able to see that there is a little strap basically, so you can kind of pull it out from underneath the TV. We generally keep it tucked under there so it's not sort of flailing about, but it's not very big, but it is just enough to kind of get a couple of fingers in there, and then go ahead and pull down on that. That will release the TV from a locked position, and from there you can go ahead and move it. Kind of a tough one-handed move. I'm holding the camera here, but see what I can do. There we go. All right. So once you've done that and kind of released it, you can then pull it out and reposition it as you see fit. You can pull it straight out. Obviously, you can tilt it this way towards the bed, which will then allow you to watch it from bed, or you can face it this way. Now you can see behind the TV here what we're looking at in terms of how that lock works. When you pull down, you're kind of pulling down this little pin right here. Okay, so that's what that is doing, and that pin goes into this section here. So when you reposition the TV, what you're doing is just trying to get this thing centered up, and then you pull the pin down, move that into place, release, and it will lock the TV. And you generally want to do that again before you start moving, driving, going anywhere. Okay. You'll also see some kind of connections back here. Just really basic connections, obviously, but one thing that is connected there is an HDMI. There's multiple HDMI inputs, so if you did want to add another one for something different, you absolutely can, but there's one plugged in there. You might be wondering, okay, where is that going and how do I hook up to that? So the answer to that would be right here. So as you move from the right of the TV back into the bedroom area, what you'll see is one storage shelf here, and to open that up, I mean, you'll feel it as soon as you reach your hand under there, and we've covered it in another video, but you kind of just roll down on this latch that's underneath that keeps it closed, and you open that latch. Again, these are spring-loaded hinges, so it will stay up in position once you get it past a certain point. From there, let me go ahead and get a little bit of light in there. What you can see is that there is a number of different inputs here, and one of those is an HDMI. That one right in the middle is an HDMI. Anything you have that's HDMI, whether it's via an adapter or direct plug, will just go right in there, and that will feed directly to your TV. And from there, all you really need to do is just turn it to the correct HDMI input, which is HDMI 1, and you are good to go. You do also obviously have your antenna and satellite connection should you want to hook that up. And then there is a little bit of, there's a small dish on top of the unit already that can be controlled from here. This is the jack, I guess, like the free TV antenna that's on top. So to power that on, there's a little switch over on the side. You just turn it to on, you can see the lights come on, and that's pretty much it on that. There's not really much you have to do. You can turn this if you want to reorient the position of the antenna, if that helps you, but other than that, all you really have to do is turn it on, and then it's sending a signal to the TV, and you can get a few free local channels, a handful, 10, 15, something in that range, depending on where you're at, and then just turn it back off when you're done. You'll know it's off because the lights will go off. Power the TV on, just to give you an idea. Really not complicated here. There is a remote in the drawer. We've gone over kind of the remotes and their locations in another video, but you just power the TV on either manually or with the remote. Again, the TV will work if you are running your shore power or the generator. It will come on, but generally not just off the house battery. Okay, the TV is on now. There's nothing playing, so you can't really tell, but TV's on, and then you can just cycle through your sources just by hitting the source button. So if we were to go to HDMI 1, for example, we would then be running from that plug up there. And so if I had, again, Xbox, iPad, whatever, we'd be in good shape, and that would play straight to the TV. Okay, that's it.